Well, we've got a glorious day here today, so we thought we'd take advantage of it and head off to one of our favourite places, which is of course
the Cotswolds. Spring has most definitely sprung. It's a beautiful day, even though it's a bit chilly.
So what we're going to do is we're going to meander through some beautiful Cotswold villages, and then we're going to look at some really old stones before ending up at a little inn for an overnight stay. So let's get on the road. We'll see you later. So the plan was take advantage of the beautiful weather and have an overnight stay in the Cotswolds via our usual route of a coffee and sandwich at Deddington before taking a look at the ancient monument of the Rollright Stones or ending up at our final destination of the Colesbourne Inn. A bit of nostalgia for Sue, as it's a place they used to go for Sunday lunch with their parents. Anyway, that was the plan.
The plan sounded great, but the universe clearly had a different idea. And only half a mile from our home, the TFT screen on my bike flashed up its all too familiar warning that my front tyre was very low in pressure. Pumping it up didn't appear to help, so an impromptu visit to Pure Triumph in Wellingborough meant a sandwich from the lunch van, and a replacement tyre was the new plan. Big shout out to Kevin for sorting the Tiger out quickly, and to James for giving up his lunch so we could get back on the road to the Cotswolds in time for beer o'clock.
Here we are again.
Not the plan,
This is Kevin, the manager. Do you mind being on film, Kevin?
I don't mind at all.
Kevin, the manager of this establishment, who's
Beats being on Crime Watch, doesn't it?
who's doing a fantastic job sorting Sue's bike out again to help us get to the Cotswolds eventually. Well, see, as soon as she gets in.
We were waiting a little while at the garage, so it seemed a great opportunity for some retail therapy. Well, would be rude not to.
Yeah.
Purchase, another purchase.
So folks, the best laid plans and all that, we should be on our way to the Cotswolds now. Instead, we're having a bacon and egg bap and a cup of tea at the cafe here, right next to Pure Triumph in Wellingborough. Anyway, we'll see what time we actually get on the road and what happens later. So, stay tuned. And so, after a couple hours delay, we were back on the road. Big thanks again to Kevin and the team at Triumph for sorting the problem out pretty much straight away. So now, we was back on the road and heading off to see some very old stones. And so we arrive at the Rollright Stones. This ceremonial stone circle was erected around 2500 BC. At present there are 70 odd stones of heavily weathered local limestone set in a rather irregular ring about 31 metres across. Events are regularly held for the summer and winter solstices and other seasonal festivals. The stones have also been used as a location for a wide variety of TV, drama and documentary films, from Doctor Who to Stargazing Live. Legend has it that a king and his army were marching over the Cotswolds when they met a witch who turned them all into stone, hence the name the King's Men Stone Circle. So here we are folks, We stopped here at the Rollright Stones, which is a very famous old monument. Actually, we don't know what it is. But some very ancient stones. And we've driven past here, I don't know, dozens and dozens of times, and kept saying to ourselves, we must stop and have a look at those things, see what it's all about. So, here we are. Let's go and check out the Rollright Stone.
Oh wow.
Very ancient, not quite Stonehenge, but what do we know about them? Nothing really. They're supposed to be thousands of years old.
They look thousands of years old, don't they?
There's a tree with things hung on it there.
Oh yeah. Let's go and have a look.
Okay, so the sign says 2,000 to 3,000 years old. So here we have a tree that's growing ribbons. It's obviously a ribbon tree.
And crystals and feathers.
Crystals and feathers.
And little wish bags and stuff. Oh, it's got crystals in them.
So maybe some kind of druid connection. Who knows? Anyway, we finally got to see the Rollright Stones, folks. Bit of culture and history wrapped into one. So folks, that was it. Bit of very ancient history there. And now we're off to our final destination of the day, the Colesbourne Inn.
That I should say, but I am done. Yeah, I am done. Letting go of all my heavy load. I waited for the moment to unfold. Nobody's gonna make me feel I'm going down.
At nearly 800 feet, Stow on the Wold is the highest of the Cotswolds towns located on the Roman Fosse Way. It was also the site of a bloody massacre during the last battle of the English Civil War, the Battle of Stow on the Wold, also known as the Battle of Naseby. In March 1646, the last important battle of the Civil War ended up in the square in Stow on the Wold. And so, after a day with a very interesting start, we arrive at our final destination of the Colesbourne Inn. Here we are, folks, arrived at Colesbourne Inn in the Cotswolds, in the village of Colesbourne. So we're just going to go and check in and go and take a look at the room. How about that for convenience? Room 2 at the Colesbourne Inn. And it looks pretty nice for a pub room. What do you think?
I think it's lovely. Yeah, it looks straight out onto the bikes. It's spacious, nice bed, plenty of storage.
What's the bathroom like? Let's have a look.
Like countryside, isn't it? And it's got a tub. Hooray!
Now I can have a soak in the tubs here. My aching back. Yeah, it's not massive. Got Wold with 6X. And there are the bikes over there. So, all in all, pretty good. Pretty comfortable. Not far to walk for the beer. And it's now currently, what time is it? Oh, 10 to 5. We're a bit late, so I'm going to jump in the bath, have a soak, and then it's beer o'clock. Another reason for having a day trip here, apart from enjoying the Cotswolds and wanting a little ride out, was to test out my brand new sat-nav. I decided to upgrade my BMW Navigator 4, which I've had for about 10-12 years now. In fairness, it's been okay, hasn't let me down at all, but it's a bit limited in functionality. So I did some research, and my options were going to be the BMW Connected Ride, which is a brand new system, and I'm always wary of brand new systems. The alternative was to get the Zumo XT2. On balance, I opted to go for the XT2 because it looked like it was tried and tested, and so far I've been really impressed. So let's take a look. Petrol stations, restaurants, recreation, the usual things. Bank cash points, medical, public transport. Even got different campsites, trendy places. So what's trendy around here then? Let's have a look. Colesbourne Port. These are all TripAdvisor places. Sibling Distillery, Cotswolds Tour Guide, Battledown Brewery. It's a much bigger screen. It's a much brighter screen. And it can link up with the Garmin Tread app, which means I can plan the route on my mobile and it automatically syncs with this XT2. I've only used it a couple of times so far, but first impressions, I think it's fantastic. So big thumbs up for the Garmin XT2. I'm not a very technical person, but it doesn't fit the BMW cradle, so you have to get an adapter. So you get this adapter, which is 3D printed from 3DM. You go online and let's put that on there, and that attaches to the BMW cradle, and then the XT2 just clips onto that. It's really straightforward, actually, even for somebody, you know, technically inept like I am. So at the moment, really pleased with it. Highly recommended. Not far at all. No, not that way. Kind of 6X, I think, now.
Yeah, thank you very much. Tanqueray.
A double Tanqueray on the rocks.
Tanqueray on the rocks. You shouldn't really put that in down. Say that again.
What are you having?
Gin and tonic.
Find out how old this pub is, because there's some old pictures here. So that's an old one.
That's alright, you can be in on it.
Hi guys, just bringing you your menus.
So you've been here before?
We used to come here a lot when we were kids, and we often used to come here for Sunday lunch, and it's changed a lot. It just looks completely different now. Still very oldie-worldy. Anyway,
The beer's good. Cheers.
after an interesting day, an unexpected start to the day, although I have to say 3 punctures in 3 years, it's becoming an expected change to the day.
Still, all's well that ends well. The starter, which is the Thai calamari with a Thai dressing.
Bon appetit.
Here it is. So here it is. You've got
Look at that's a proper pie.
What is it? It's a ham cheese.
It's chicken and leek pie.
Oh yeah.
But that's a proper pie.
I wish I'd have gone for that, but I went for the roast lamb rump.
That looks good too, even if you do have food envy.
Yes, I know. With obviously mint sauce. You've got to have mint sauce with lamb.
And how's the Pinot Noir?
Washed down with a fantastic Pinot Noir. Say this Spy Valley Pinot Noir is a top wine. Highly recommended. Cheers. True to form, I'm not having a dessert. I'm finishing my Pinot Noir off, but somebody has got.
My sweet tummy's empty. You were born without one.
What has it got? What is it? What is this?
Well, it's a choux bun
It's an eaten
with
mess.
eaten mess in it.
Wow. Well, it looks like a mess, so tuck into it.
Bon appetit.
Now, look at that. A proper flat white. And, she's finishing off eaten mess. A Bailey's coffee to just finish off with.
Nobody can ever do a Bailey's coffee.
No.
But this one looks good.
But that looks pretty good, doesn't it?
Shall I try it?
Yeah. Is it up to standard?
It's up to standard. That's a good Bailey's coffee.
Excellent. This is what we're walking up to, folks. What a difference a day makes. Miserable English weather. So let's go grab some breakfast at the Colesbourne Inn.
Thank you very much.
Room 2.
Two down.
Look at that, scrambled egg and smoked salmon. Not bad, is it?
No, it's lovely.
It looks better than the weather out there at the moment. So I'm not sure we're going to do much filming today. You can't see it on screen, but it's just a steady drizzle. And it's due to get a bit worse. Anyway, let's tuck into the breakfast.
The Colesbourne is a beautiful early 19th century coaching inn, situated on a quiet country stretch of the A435 Cirencester Road and about 18 minutes from Cheltenham town centre. There are a couple of other country pubs, the Green Dragon and the Bathurst Arms, within a short drive, but not a great deal more unless you want to travel into either Cheltenham or Cirencester. This visit was quite nostalgic for me, as the Colesbourne was one of my parents' favourite places to eat out when I was growing up, and we frequently visited for a Sunday pub lunch. The people, menus and even the buildings themselves have clearly changed, but all for the better, and it's a really pretty place. There are 14 ensuite rooms and ours was number 2, one of a number of ensuite chalet-style rooms to the side of the main pub building. They're a new addition since my childhood years, but still look and feel in keeping with the old inn. The room was a decent size with a comfortable double bed, dressing table and plenty of storage. Tea, coffee and water were provided, and the ensuite had a bathtub and lots of shelving for toiletries, etc. There was plenty of parking, including spaces right outside of our bedroom window, so although the car park wasn't locked, we felt pretty sure the bikes were safe. The service from all of the staff, including reception, bar and the restaurant teams, was excellent. The pub had a cosy old-fashioned feel to it, and whilst check-in and out and the ordering and delivery of food was fast and efficient, the service still felt very personal and friendly. The Colesbourne has a taster menu night every time they change the menu, which happened to be during our stay. Having had a bad experience with a taster menu recently, we asked if we could just order our preferred dishes from the menu, which was no problem, and the food was lovely, and all washed down with a lovely bottle of Pinot Noir from a pretty good wine menu. Surprisingly, it's only rated 3 stars on booking.com, but we had a really pleasant stay, and as you'll see from the notes, it was very reasonably priced. So given our love of the Cotswolds and very frequent visits there, I'm sure we'll be back to the Colesbourne.
The weather didn't show any signs of getting better anytime soon, so we decided we'd hit the road and endure a pretty wet and miserable grey ride back home. Having said that, we had a great stay at the Colesbourne, superb food and brilliant beer and wine. No matter what the weather, the Cotswolds is always one of our favourite places to stay, and obviously we'll be back soon.